Hello there ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dunsy's Guitar World. Something a little bit different today, great news, no guitar playing in this one. Bad news, a lot of talking. So maybe there's people out there wondering what me, I'm a little cat, watch on YouTube when we're trying to relax, when we have a minute here and there. I guess most people who watch my channel are like me, a guitar player. I don't see myself as a YouTuber. I'm just a guitar player who makes videos and posts them online. I'm just the same as everybody else. I just play my guitar. I have played guitar for a long time. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 channels which I really enjoy. I love watching, and I love watching them for different reasons. So I will tell you about them and the reason why I watch that particular channel. So in no order, channel 1, Mr. Paul Stafford Cook from Edinburgh, originally I believe, who describes himself as a taxi driver with a huge passion for guitar, and you can tell he has a passion for guitar. He is an unbelievably good guitar player. Now, I watch a lot of people on YouTube playing guitar, and the feel that he has, you know, in his bends, the pitching, the intonation that he has is just unbelievable, literally unbelievable. He's such a good guitar player. He's not paying me to say this, by the way. I've never spoken to Paul, but I watch his videos and I'm inspired to try and achieve something like that. And it's almost impossible. I think he's one of these people, I don't know if luck's the word, who just has like a natural talent. You know, people like me and most of my friends, we've practiced a lot, and I'm not saying Paul hasn't practiced a lot, but I've had to practice so hard to not get anywhere near as good as that. So I truly believe that some people have, I'm not religious, but I would say a God-given talent or a whatever given talent to be good at something, and he is. He's honed his technique. He doesn't use fancy amps or any fancy software. As far as I'm aware, he just records in his spare room in his house, in his family house, just on his phone, and just has like a little lamp behind him. He has some very nice guitars, I will say that, and the tone that he gets is just, like I said, you know, just incredible. Here's a brief selection of some of his playing, and there is so many influences that I can hear. I don't know if he would say their influences, but there's everything. There's country bends, there's jazz, there's all bebop almost, rock as well. So here's a couple of clips of Mr. Paul Stafford Cook. I think you'll agree, he is a great guitar player. So the reason I watch Paul's channel is to be inspired and to see what's possible. I don't think I could possibly play it, but it's just really good to watch him doing it, and he does explain what he's doing as well. Like I say, I'm not sure I can achieve that level of playing. So that's channel number 1. I say these aren't in any particular order. Channel number 2, David Brewster, not Montgomery Brewster. David Brewster. His channel is called Late Night Lessons. Now, I don't know if it's late night when he's recording them, because it's normally late night when I am watching them. And again, another incredible guitar player. I watch him to be taught some tunes I just cannot play. So I believe him to be a graduate of the Atlanta Institute of Music, according to what I'm reading here. He's written for loads of guitar player magazines. He is a very, very accomplished guitar player, and he does lessons for lots of stuff that I don't see other people doing. And he'll do things like, he'll do the chords of, you know, whatever the chords of Crocus, and he will show you a few Crocus songs, and he'll do them all in the one lesson, and then he'll do soloing secrets as well. And like I say, he's an incredibly accomplished guitar player. He clearly knows a lot of theory. I don't know any theory, so I have to watch it maybe at half speed just to see what's going on. But I watch him because I learn stuff, and he's such a good guitar player. He explains stuff really well. So here's him playing a couple of things as well and showing a couple of lessons. His latest one was Frank Marino. I'm a huge fan of Frank Marino, and that's kind of why I made this video. I was watching it and I thought, I'm going to talk about three guitar related channels that I normally watch. So here's Mr. David Brewster playing some guitar and showing some things.
The important thing here is you're locking on to one thing, which is this. When you're connecting with it, you're playing, very comfortably, you're synchronizing your hands together, you're not screwing anything up, you're not making mistakes in there somewhere. You're playing it very precise and very comfortable. You don't want to, rush too fast. Obviously, you don't want to crawl along like a snail or a slug either. You want to kind of at least challenge yourself a little bit, but don't try to blaze through it. Just get a comfortable tempo, and then really explore, what we're doing when we change positions here, or here. Hey, David Brewster here with a new episode of Chord Play. This is the Chords of Tigers of Pan Tang.
What a guitar player. So that's the reason I watched David's channel. I watched that to learn some tricks that I cannot learn myself. I learn by ear. I like to watch David and think, oh, that's how that's done. And the final channel in this episode is all the way over in Canada, in Ontario. Now, the chap that runs this, he's not necessarily showing how to play guitar. In fact, he's not showing how to play guitar. He's showing how to fix guitars. Ted Woodford in Ontario in Canada. He's one of these like luthiers, just one of these incredibly talented craftsmen who you watch a video and you just think, how is he doing that? He must have been doing this for years and just came up through just working on lots of different guitars, and his knowledge of instruments, the construction, the wood, the history as well. Every one of his videos he'll do a little bit of history about the guitar and stuff like that. In a recent video he was retopping a pre-war Martin, and I think even he said on the video, you don't want to step into this sort of thing lightly. And another one he did recently was he was working on a 50s Les Paul Jr. and he was routing quite a lot of that out. And again he said, unless you know what you're doing, you probably don't want to do this. You could end up going down a road that you can't find your way back from. So Ted is just unbelievable, and he's a funny guy. He makes jokes. He's got a really good sense of humour as well. So let's have a very, very brief look at some of Ted's work.
Survey the wasteland. It's a big project. Here it is. It's in great shape. You know what this is? Or was? I believe it began life as a double cutaway Les Paul Jr. from, I believe, 1959, which is a great year for Gibsons. When we're done, it'll have the appearance of a Gibson once again. Well, all right. It's the end of a very long adventure. Thanks for hanging in with me. This is a Martin guitar from 1934. It's an R18 model. These were Martin's attempt to get in with the jazz crowd. A little late, a little less than convincing, sort of. Takes about 10 minutes, and the neck came free very easily. I chopped away a portion of the soundboard in front of the neck block to see if I was going to be in luck, and I was. I may have said it in the original video, I can't remember, but this kind of conversion is far more challenging and time-consuming operation to operation versus making a guitar from scratch. It really is. It's a real test. It would be an excellent way to build skills, too, for someone interested in repair or building. Not every R18 has to turn into a 00, of course. We should keep some of those around to compare and contrast. I'm glad I got the opportunity to do this one. But there are also a lot of sort of broken down Ks and harmonies and other things from the 1930s and 40s that may have cracked tops or just in a bad state that, you know, they could be turned into a really interesting flat top if you got the time and the inclination. So let's hear how it sounds.
You know, it puts what I do into perspective. I will put like a guitar on my kitchen work surface when my wife's not in and change the strings and film it and make a video on it, and you know, that's my content. And you watch Ted and think, geez, oh man, he's taking the top off a pre-war Martin. I certainly wouldn't do that. So that is 3 channels I really, really enjoy watching. I will put the links down below should you not be subscribed to them. So Paul Stafford Cook, Scottish guy who I watch because I find inspiration in what he does. He's just the subtleties of his playing and just what he plays. It's just, he does a lot of unaccompanied stuff and it's just second to none from what I've seen. Then there's David Brewster, not Brewster's Millions, who does his late night lessons. Like I say, you can watch him any time of day, it doesn't have to be late at night. And finally, Mr. Ted Woodford, an incredible artisan luthier, I would say. There you go, folks. I've not played any guitar in this video. You've been watching other people playing guitar who are way better than me, and a fella over in Ontario, Canada, who fixes guitars a lot better than I fix guitars. As ever, folks, it's a privilege. That was my little cat making a noise. As ever, it's a privilege and a pleasure bringing you content on Dunsy's Guitar World. Cheers for now.